Why didn't Jesus write anything? One of the most striking features of the life of Jesus is not just what he said, but what he didn't do. He never left behind a book in his own handwriting. No scrolls penned by his hand. No personal letters to the churches. Instead, he entrusted his message to his disciples, who then carried it into the world. At first glance, this seems puzzling. If Jesus is the Son of God, wouldn't it make sense for him to write down his teachings directly, leaving no room for confusion? But when you look deeper, the silence of his pen speaks louder than any written word. Jesus didn't come to author a text. He came to embody the truth of God. John says, "The Word became flesh and dwelt among us." Instead of ink on parchment, his life was the message. If Jesus had written a book, people might have studied his words without needing his presence. But he wanted followers, not just readers. Writing would have limited him to one culture, one language. In the first century, literacy was rare. Books were expensive and accessible only to elites. If Jesus had written in Aramaic, the language he spoke, his words would have been confined to a small audience in Judea. Instead, his disciples wrote primarily in Greek, the international language of the time. This allowed the gospel to spread rapidly across cultures. Paul later emphasized that the message of Christ was meant for all nations, and Jesus himself commanded, "Go and make disciples of all nations." By not writing, Jesus ensured his message would never be bound by a single script or culture.